Ooh. No. Hello. Good morning. Happy birthday to me. Hi, chat. What a start. What an auspicious beginning to the day. How are we doing? I realized the number was about to hit 0. And I realized I didn't even have this thing right here. I didn't have it ready. Oh my god, my desk is such a mess. I didn't have it ready, chat. It was up on top of my shelf where it's been since we did stream 1. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. What do we got going on over here? Alie, thank you for becoming a member of the Maple Mask Pirates. How you doing? Captain Brooke, yo ho ho ho, coming in first. Captain Brooke giving me the first happy birthday of the day feels special. Yo ho 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 indeed, my brother. How you guys doing? I'm guessing we're only allowed to talk up to episode 710. Oh, fuck. I don't even know what... This is a problem. I don't know what it's up to publicly. Congratulations on the anniversary of your emergence. Is this flipped? Oh, I think it is. I need to flip that back over. What's up, everybody? Let's go the full screen for now. Let's pop into the full screen. Oh, that's not the full screen. Boom. There we go. Hi, everybody. Doing fabulous. Hope you're enjoying Taurus season. You know what? It has been... It's not bad. You know what I mean? Taurus season's an interesting one, because Taurus season is like... A little bit of donut in my beard there. Taurus season's interesting because it's like right after tax season. It goes like tax season, Taurus season. And so some of the stress of like needing to get your taxes done is done. Some of the like reality of happy 47th birthday. Yeah, I'm 47. Honestly, if I looked like this at 47, I'd feel pretty good about that. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like my body's decaying month by month. So if I can maintain this till I'm 47, I will feel pretty solid about that. But yeah, no, Taurus season's always an interesting one. It's always such a like... My birthday kind of comes right before con season really starts to pick up in like the nerd community. You know, we're about to head into like MagicCon, and then for us, like we're going to Germany for Dokumi at the end of May. There's a bunch of cons that start up, and then, you know, obviously once you get into June and July and August, there's multiple big cons every weekend, and everyone's busy, and so it's interesting. Clarus's birthday is always kind of marred by the fact that it's like PAX West, Dragon Con, Calgary or Toronto Fan Expo, like all of those things kind of happen all at once, and not marred because, like, you know, we always make it special and we always have a big bonfire for her, but there's just something like everyone is everywhere during her birthday. I'm trying to get my fucking bracelet on and I cannot. There we go. Boom. My little gift from my wife for Christmas. Yeah, hers is right in con, but hers is like at the end of con season. It's not even in the middle of con season, Threk. It's at the end of con season when everyone's wiped. What's up from Belgium? Ellie, thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I hope to see Belgium soon. We're gonna be in Germany for Dokumi at the end of May. We're not coming to Belgium, but we are going to be in Germany for Dokumi, which I'm super excited about. I cannot wait to see Germany. We're actually doing Europe 3 times this summer. As long as, you know, they don't cancel all the flights. We're doing Germany at the end of May, and then we're going to be at MagicCon Amsterdam. We're going to be at MagicCon Amsterdam in July. And then we're going to be in Germany again in September for a thing. Which city in Germany? In May, we're going to be in a place called Dusseldorf. Oh, that's very sweet, Ellie. Thank you for the invitation. Everyone should send love from where they are. Love from Ireland. Ooh, No! Alpins, don't tell Claris. Claris wants to go to Ireland so fucking bad. Claris wants to, like, Claris is upset that we've not yet been to Ireland. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Why is this a mess? Okay, can this go with... Why not? What is happening? Stream Elements is all fucked up. I hate it. Yeah, no, you've been to Dusseldorf. It's a really good poutine place. What? I'm not going to Dusseldorf to have food I can have in Canada, Threk. I'm going to Dusseldorf to have German food. I want Dusseldorfian food. Is it Dusseldorfian? Batsu TCG says, have you collected in One Piece cards? So here's the deal, Batsu. I have 2 Nico Robin cards. I have 2 Nico Robin cards that I have specifically purchased because they're not spoilers, and she's my girl. I don't know where they are. I think they're downstairs. I don't think they're in this room right now. I have 2 very nice Nico Robin cards. One is in Japanese. They're both like the gold Nico Robin cards. One is in Japanese, one is in English. I don't rip the packs because I'm told they're spoilers. Birthday from Bali. Ooh. Oh, man. Babe, do you want to go to Bali? We just hop on a plane after my stream tonight. Go to Bali for a few days. Eldrum says, they assign you a random character with your order and then yell at you when your food is ready. I was Elmer Fudd and someone else was Jesse James. That's so funny. That's good. That's very good. Yeah, from YYC, my hometown. What's up, G-Wins? Born and raised in the Yick. Does anyone call it the Yick? I don't think so. I don't think anyone calls Calgary the Yick, but I think that would be kind of funny. Yeah, even the very first starter deck is a spoiler for where you are. If I can find one that isn't spoiled past Dressrosa, is there a P.O. box I can send to? Yeah, there is. There's this P.O. box. It should be in... I don't actually know if it's in the description of this video. It's in the description of all of our Nerdy Nightly videos. I was actually wondering that, Batsu. Like, is there, like, a set that's, like... Did they ever put out a set that was, like, all pre-time skip or something like that? Because if there was, I would do that. Like, I would buy that and rip that on stream. I think it'd be fun to do, like, stream rips of One Piece on here. If there was a set that was, like, specifically only cards of, like, pre-time skip or, like, pre... Oh, it is in the description. Yeah, so it's in the description down below on YouTube. If there was a set that was, like, only pre-time skip or only, like, East Blue... You know what I mean? Like, it would be kind of fun if they put out a set that was, like, only before they do Reverse Mountain. And so it's just like Arlong, you know, Buggy, Alvida, all them. Oop, there it is. They like to have each color in a set be different arcs and usually try to have the latest stuff each set, but I will take a look. That's very kind of you, Batsu. Appreciate that. Jules says, you love your shirt. Where'd you get it? This is our merch. This was designed by our friend Gabe Sapienza, who's an incredible artist who's done a lot of art for us. He did all the character art for Roleplay Relay 1, and he did all the character art for Astral Dusk, our Dragonlance campaign that we were doing for a while there. And I remember my friend got spoiled by Adult Sabo on a card. That's so sad. Oh no. Sir Kakashi, thank you for the birthday wishes. That's so sad. Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't spoiled on Adult Sabo. I don't think it would have been that big a spoiler, just because I don't think that arc ends with, like, the idea that he isn't still alive, right? You kind of hear Dragon, I think it is, at the end of that flashback arc, be like, hey, save the kid, or whatever he says. I did not expect for him to come back wearing the exact same outfit he wore as a child, so I guess that would have been a spoiler. He's like, it's been 10 years. I can't change my clothes. You finished DCC Book 7. Congratulations. We don't know when we're starting Book 5 yet, which I am struggling with. The schedule for book club is like genuinely a struggle right now. I don't know what we're going to do. Just because Claris doesn't want to, like... So the problem with book club scheduling right now, from like a top-down perspective, is we're doing Game Changer this week. Claris is doing no content next week. So Claris was like, I need a reset. I want to take a week off. And so we're like, yeah, of course. Of course I support her in that. So she's taking all of next week off. Like our boys' reaction is going to be up late. There's going to be some stuff that's going to go up late because Claris is like, I want a week. Then the following week, so that week I'm going to do Percy Jackson and the Last Olympian. And then we have 2 weeks where we're here. And then we go to Dokumi. And then so we're missing book club at the end of the month because we're in Germany. And so Claris doesn't want to do DCC, week off DCC. Because of like audiobook reactions and stuff. So we're trying to figure out how to make the schedule work. It's just unfortunate the cards go over moments in the show, even Ace's moment. Wait, they put that on a card. They put Ace becoming a donut on a card? That's crazy. That's so wild. Can you imagine if Pikachu, or if a Pokemon put out like a Pokemon card that was like, remember when like Pikachu fucking died? I play donut hole. I kill your Ace with my donut hole. Oh, that's funny. Pikachu dies? Yeah, Pikachu dies in which movie is it? Where like Pikachu dies and then Ash, or no, Ash dies. It's not, Pikachu doesn't die. Ash dies. And then Pikachu has to like resurrect him with his tears or whatnot. In God, I haven't seen the movie in forever. The one with Mewtwo. It's fucking heinously sad, right? Ezekiel, thank you for the super chat. Happy birthday. I've thoroughly enjoyed all your book clubs and anime. The way you guys have articulated through the book club has both had me arguing with you and laughing and changed my mind on things. Thank you. I love that. Thank you for arguing with me and sticking around. That is the best. That's what we do this for, right? Is for the arguing and the sticking around for more. I understand the people that are like, I disagree with you on this, so I never want to watch your content again. I do get that. But I do this for the people who don't agree with me 100%, but want to have the conversation. I think that's what I love about my job, is to be constantly having the conversation. And even if my opinions are like, maybe counter to the audience's opinion on Senior Pink, we just keep doing it. You know what I mean? We keep having a good time. We approach it with love and honesty, and we have a good time. All right. We're switching over to Nerdy Nightly at 2 p.m., so I need to start building this, or else we're never going to finish it. A big question I've been meaning to ask, after you catch up on One Piece, are you sticking with anime or manga? Oh, boy, that is the question. That's the real question, right? Once we catch up, what do we do? I don't know. I don't know how to react to a manga, so I would probably stick with the anime, as hard as that would be. What is on my shoulder? As hard as it would be to not be, like, fully caught up, I do think that, yeah, I gotta stick with the anime, just because at some point, at some point, this channel will have the entire breadth of One Piece on it. And it will all be kind of the same. And I don't think I want to fuck with that. You know what I mean? I don't think I want to change I don't want to get to 1,000-something episodes in, and then suddenly the videos change. And the people who have been on this cruise with me from the beginning feel like they're not getting the kind of video they signed up for. Over 1,000 episodes and years into the project, we switch it up. I don't know that I would do that. So, yeah, we'll stick with the anime. I don't know how to do videos about manga, because, I barely get through copyright with the anime, but the reality is, like, the manga copywriters on Twitch still not working. No, Twitch won't be on for this stream. I didn't realize that I had to set up stream elements from scratch. You're not a mod. I'm hopeful to have Twitch up later, but Twitch is not working right now. The manga community of community strikes and stuff on YouTube is crazy. And you get a lot more copyright claims if you post like any manga panels than you do for posting anime stuff. And I just don't know that I want to deal with that. Yeah. Sidhu says you still got like 400 episodes. You have time to just have fun. Yeah. Just have fun with the, child murder and the allegations. Is that what I could call him about Doflamingo? The allegations? I can't wait for more Golden Kamui. Such an incredible series. Very happy you started, and it gets so gay. Oh, I did not expect that show to get gay. That's wild. I'm enjoying Golden Kamui. I thought those first episodes were great. I like a little historical fiction. Okay, did anything break? Does this look okay? It looks like it held together in the box. Okay. Oda loves giving fun and happy stories for us to enjoy. Yes, much fun. Very happy. This child's dying of this disease, and this child's dying of this disease. This child's dying of this disease. Alright, let's get the top-down camera going here. And over here, this child's dying. Oh, wait. We didn't use this, right? Didn't we, wasn't I able to pull up the instructions on my iPad? Can't wait to see the Lego. The Lego is sick. The Lego is honestly so great. Let me just figure out, where did I put the instructions in here? I think in files, right? It is not in files. Scheiße. Scheiße. Did I put it in books? I might have put it in books. Where is books on here? I need to clean up my iPad. I only use like 3 apps on my iPad, and so when I need to do anything else, I forget where everything is because I never use it. I might have put it in here. I did put it in here. Okay. Oh my god. And it remembers exactly the page we were on. What a gift. Ugh, okay, there we go. I don't think I need any of those pieces, but in case I do. I wonder what Oda is like on family get-togethers. Do you think his family do you think his family cares about One Piece? One of my favorite things in the world is when, like, an actor is very famous and his family, like, doesn't care about the stuff that he's in. Or she. Like, I always love that when the kids are like, we really don't give a fuck. Do you think that Oda ever, like, has to, like, not kill a character because his, like, daughters really love her? Wait, his daughters read it. How do his daughters feel about how the women are drawn? Asking the real questions here. What do you think about the way your dad draws boobies? I could just imagine having a, like, if I was, like, a child raised around that. I don't know. Would you have, like, his daughter called him out on it? Yes, girl! Yes! Did he stop? No! I've seen what Nami's skirt looks like in the Elbaf arc. I know what Nami's skirt looks like in the Elbaf arc. Okay? Alright. He doubled down. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine getting called out by your daughter and being like, no, Nami's gonna have bigger titties? She's gonna have Z cups. Dan Radcliffe is on record saying he can't wait for the day his child was Harry Potter. I love that interview. There's an interview he did recently where he was like, yeah, my kid, I like showed him the cover of Harry Potter and he didn't know it was me. All right, we're on bag 5. We got to get through bag 10. We gotta go, chat. We gotta get moving. Skirt, you mean flaps of fabric? Yeah, for those of you who are wondering, the 2 posters that I got so far will open more later. We got Straw Hat Luffy. Will it focus? There's the right spot. And we got the King of the Pirates himself, Gol D. Roger. Look at that. We got the 2 Kings of the Pirates, the last one and the next one. Very excited about that. And then this is where the ship is at. We've got kind of the hull mostly built, and now we got to build up everything on top. So let's get into it. Namis aren't even the biggest. That goes to our girl, Nico Robin. Oh, Nico Robin's absurd. Nico Robin can use her boobs to, like, assist in her flying. Now that she has wings. She can, like... Nico Robin actually cannot drown. You know what I mean? Because she has an inflatable set of balloons on her chest. Speaking of Harry Potter, do you have any plans to react to Witch Hat Atelier? Is Witch Hat Atelier a Harry Potter thing? We're not going to react to any Harry Potter stuff. I don't fuck with J.K. Rowling. She can canonically replicate as many boobs as she wants. Yeah, and honestly, and I said this in one of the reactions, like, I'm kind of proud of Oda for his restraint. I'm kind of proud of Oda for not having her create boobs all the time. Which had to tell you is not Harry Potter. It's like the new Frieren. Oh, I would watch that. I like Frieren. Honestly, I feel fucked about the fact that we're so behind on Frieren. We started to watch the new season and then we just fell behind. And now I'm like, our numbers on it weren't good when we were on top of it. And so it just doesn't feel like... I don't know that it would, like, perform well enough for us to, like, keep up with it now that we're behind. But I am, like, upset that we're behind. Because I do like that show quite a bit. But, like, you know, the Season 2 Episode 1 reaction did not do great. Which is tough. The art in the WHA manga is absolutely out of this world. So, sell me on Witch Hat Atelier. What is it about? I'm assuming it's about a witch. An atelier... Is an atelier... I feel like I know that word. It's a French word. What is an atelier? I should know that. Rebecca, thank you for the 100K. Congrats. I appreciate that. Is it... Toy loves to detail them in animation. Boy, do they. They love those big old titties. And look, here's the thing. I want to be really clear. Like, I make fun of it. I love big old titties. I do. But I like big old titties that are, like, somewhat real looking. And the thing that feels weird about, like, the anime boobs is they're not real at all. Like, my friend, I have a friend who has what I would say are, like, unbelievably large boobs. And, like, famously large boobs. And hers would seem small in One Piece. And hers are, like, the gravity defying in real life. They're also fake as hell. And I say that with love. With nothing but love. to be fair, people aren't made of rubber and deers can't talk in real life either. Oh, One Piece is truly a fantasy, I guess. I'm not talking about One Piece in particular when I'm talking about this. It's really like all anime. Like they're all the thing about it is this isn't like a One Piece conversation, right? This is every single anime I watch can have like really great storytelling and really great writing, and then randomly out of nowhere there's just women's breasts being treated in a really weird way. Fucking Slime has it. It's just odd. It's odd that like every single time I watch an anime, there's just like randomly out of nowhere, we gotta just be all about giant titties. And yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily like hate it. I do find it a little bit concerning that there are so many men though that think that it's like that's hot. And that, or not that that's hot, but like that struggle with being attracted to real women because their bodies aren't like insane and fake. And that like more and more the expectation of like content creators, particularly women online, you know, OnlyFans girls, is to just have these sort of truly like unhinged proportions in ways that are making men like not attracted to real women. And like not able to date because they want the women they date to look like cartoons. And I like Japan has a real problem with this, right? People aren't fucking there. They're straight up just not fucking. And they should be fucking. Japanese women are fucking gorgeous. They don't have giant titties, you know? But yeah, the whole like giant titties and anime thing is like an entire country of men wanting what I guess they can't have, which is the human condition, but I have no idea what the fuck I'm building right now. A piano? Is there a piano on the Straw Hat? I haven't read the One Piece manga, but doesn't Toei also massively exaggerate the issue compared to Oda's drawings? See, and that's part of it that I don't know. But again, I'm not talking only about One Piece here, right? Like, the point that I'm trying to make is, like, I've watched so many animes at this point. And, like, I guess Attack on Titan didn't really do this. You know, as much as I have problems with Attack on Titan didn't do that. Which is a bar it clears, I guess. Trying to think of what other animes I've watched that don't do that. You know what? I really enjoy My Love Story. Guys, when I watched those first couple episodes of My Love Story, I was like, this is going to be rough. No one's going to watch these reactions. But cute. But it's cute. And then I got a couple more episodes in, and I am fucking loving My Love Story. I'm all about that fucking show. Gouda's my boy. I did not expect to be as much of a fan of Gouda Takeo as I am. Takeo Gouda? Maybe you're building the tangerine planter box? Oh, no, it's got like a gun on it. I think this is a gun coming out of this, right? It kind of looks like a gun. I think it's a cannon. So I think this will definitely be a cannon coming out the side of the ship. You're building the front. Oh, am I? Oh, maybe. Oh, right, because there's a cannon. No, because there's a cannon coming out of... Right, there's a cannon that comes out of the sheep head, right? You and I are polar opposites is another good... Oh, I thought you were saying you... Gorgon Fish, I thought you were saying you and I have polar opposite opinions. You and I are polar opposites is a good anime. Okay. My Love Story's so good. A romance anime where we actually get to see the relationship instead of 40 episodes of will they, won't they, and they're adorable. Yeah. It's just like a healthy relationship between two people who are trying to treat each other well. And, like, they have, like, insecurities and... They have insecurities that get in the way, and, like, they're young, so they don't really know how to communicate. But they are both attempting to meet the moment with an open heart. And when there's problems in their relationship, they try and talk to someone about it. Which is so rare in like anime and in Western media. It's always like, oh my god, I'm assuming this about our relationship, and so I'm upset. And I'm not gonna talk to you about it. I'm just gonna let it fester. And I think that the way in which My Love Story is about kind of them like going to Suna and being like, hey, you know him really well. What's going on here? Or him going to Suna and be like, I don't get women. Help me. And Suna's like, all right, I got you, boy. I don't know. I find it really charming, and frankly, like, I love that the show doesn't use like relationship problems as cliffhanger fodder. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's been a really enjoyable ride. It's been a unexpected reaction pleasure. Captain Brooks says, wait, nerdy, what problems do you have with Attack on Titan? Oh no, I have some too, but overall I think it's pretty good. What problems do I have with Attack on Titan? How much time do we have? How much, guys, how much do we want to talk about Attack on Titan today? My main problems with Attack on Titan are the show is, or not the show, but like the story of Attack on Titan is the premise of Attack on Titan is, what if the Jews deserved the Holocaust? And I don't necessarily think that it is. I don't think that it is inherently wrong to do that, right? I don't think it's inherently wrong to tell a story with an extreme premise. The problem that I have with Attack on Titan is that it takes its concept, which is like, what if the Jews deserved the Holocaust? And it hides that is what the show is about for a significant amount of time, so that by the time the show reveals that it is essentially about what if the blood libel propaganda that the Nazis used to justify murdering 6 million Jews, that by the time that is revealed, if that was real, right? If the blood libel propaganda that the Jews made a deal with the devil and that they consumed the flesh of humans for power, what if that was real? Is the baseline premise under Attack on Titan, right? And that is hidden in the fact that so much of the show is so fun and epic and hype with the music and the way that the story is told, and the way that it's sort of built up as a this like massive resistance and this magical world with all of these things. But at the end of the day, it is a story about like Nazi propaganda, and they use Nazi imagery to tell that. And I think that if the author had just created his own stuff, instead of being like, this is my Nazi show and here's the Nazi visuals to go along with it, now let me try and say something interesting with it, he actually could have said something far more interesting with it if he had made it more metaphor and less, I don't want to create new things, so here are the armbands from the internment camps, and here are those things, right? And it's just a show that doesn't have a strong enough take on what it is trying to have a take on. And so what it ends up being is, there are people who are anti-Nazi who can watch Attack on Titan and they can see enough in there to say, I think that it is anti-Nazi. And there are people who are straight up neo-Nazis who can watch Attack on Titan and see enough in there to say that Attack on Titan supports Nazism, right? And it's because the show doesn't actually have a strong enough opinion on what it is talking about. And so while it is very interesting, and I think it has, I would argue, the best music in all of anime. There's no anime to me that has better music than Attack on Titan. It has some of the best acting and like voice performances, but it doesn't take a stand on anything. It's very extreme and gory and like it's very into its own stuff, but it doesn't have enough to say about its own ideas. And so you can take whatever you want from the show because it's a little bit milquetoast in its critique of anything. It's milquetoast in its critique of violence because it enjoys violence so much. And you just kind of end up with a show where anybody can see anything in it because you can kind of make excuses for any side. And I don't think that it does enough to justify its extremity. On top of that, I think it's really dumb at points. Like, I think the characters are really stupid a lot of the time. I think that the audience makes excuses for, like, really, really, really stupid actions on behalf of a ton of the characters, and it drives me kind of crazy. I think Erwin is one of the dumbest characters in fiction. Like, actually, and like all of the excuses that people make for Erwin's bad actions are like, well, what did you want him to do? And I'm like, not be an idiot? I don't know. He's a fucking moron. I think that Mikasa has superpowers sometimes, but doesn't have superpowers others, and that Mikasa probably should have just solved all their problems real early on, but doesn't because she... Like, there are scenes where Mikasa can either do fucking nothing, or she can lift, like, 4,000-pound steel beams by herself. And they completely forget about it. Like, I don't know. Oda created the coolest character with Mikasa, and then was like, I need to sideline her at every opportunity because she's too powerful. She's basically Superman. Mikasa is basically Captain America. But what if you're watching Captain America and Captain America doesn't do anything because there's this idiot who's actually not that good at stuff doing stuff in the background? Do you not like single mothers? Anyway. The ending has some fans defending mass genocide. Yeah, and the reason why fans are able to use that show to defend mass genocide is because the show itself doesn't take a strong enough opinion on it, right? And you get that, and I haven't seen the end of it. I've said I will watch the show when someone pays. I will watch the final episodes of the show and I will react to it when someone pays me $1,000. No one's ever going to do that because no one wants me to, which is protecting me from having to watch the end of the show. Like, I haven't actually seen the rumbling. But I know what happens because people paid me so much money to spoil it. Because they were so mad at me. The AOT live action is the best piece of media ever made. That I will agree with. That I don't disagree with. The live action is a miracle. I'll pay $2. No, I said I will finish Attack on Titan when someone pays me $100 an episode. All right, what are we doing next? We're gonna have to start getting a move on if I'm gonna finish this in 2 hours. We've accomplished nothing in 43 minutes. I missed a good comment that I wanted to comment on. What is your... Oh, Fine and Andy says, what is your favorite Attack on Titan or HXH? I think Attack on Titan is a much more interesting show than Hunter x Hunter. I think I would rather rewatch Attack on Titan than Hunter x Hunter. I find Hunter x Hunter to be very boring, and kind of pointless. And I know people love it. I'm not trying to shit on it. I personally got very little out of Hunter x Hunter. I think Hunter x Hunter as an idea is a really good first draft for what could be a very interesting show. And it consistently fails to rise to being more interesting than just sort of a somewhat interesting power system that I think is misused because the world building is as lackluster as that show's is. Nerdy, have you ever watched Into the Woods? I have. I've done Into the Woods. I've watched Into the Woods. G-Wins, have I watched Into the Woods? I've seen many versions of Into the Woods. What G-Wins, what do you want to know about Into the Woods? I'll tell you. I'll fucking perform Into the Woods. Are you kidding me? Did I abuse her or show her disdain? Why does she run from me? If I should lose her, how shall I regain the heart she has won from me? Agony beyond power of speech, when the one thing you want is the only thing out of your reach. God, I love that fucking show. I would love to do Into the Woods again. I would fucking love to do Into the Woods again. I'd do that in a heartbeat. Give him $10 for karaoke. Yeah, you don't even really have to pay me. Are you a baritone? I mean, yeah. Yeah, I am a baritone, I guess. I want to be a tenor, but I'm not one. Every musical theater boy. I want to be a tenor, but I'm not one. No, I consider myself a bass. I want to be fucking Hades in Hades Town. You know what I mean? Hey, little songbird. Yeah. The only thing I ask, chat, the only thing that I ask is that we never look too closely at how well placed my stickers are. Okay? It's my only ask. Any chance after Slime you'll get some Reborn as a vending machine? Dude, I don't fucking know. I'm gonna make a reveal here that people are probably not gonna be super happy about. I'm gonna make a point here that people might not be super happy about. I am going to take a break from Slime after season 1. It's not that I'm never gonna finish it. I want to be clear. I'm not stopping the show. I am just going to take a break post season 1, because I'm reacting to too many things at the moment, and I want to be able to, like, I want to slow down a little bit. So we're gonna finish season 1, and then right now I have 6 hours of anime going up on the channel every week. Because we have Monday One Piece, Tuesday My Love Story, Wednesday One Piece, Thursday Slime, Friday One Piece, Sunday Golden Kamui. And it's a little bit too much at the moment. I'm like open to commissions, but I have to approve them. Someone just like submitted one yesterday, and I need to refund them because I don't just do them if you submit them. You have to make sure that I approve them first. So we're gonna, once Slime is over, once we get to end of Slime season 1, we're just gonna put that on hiatus so that we can finish the 12 episodes of Golden Kamui that we're doing and My Love Story. Right now My Love Story is commissioned through episode 12. I might continue it. I'm not 100% sure at the moment. It's just like a scheduling thing at the moment that I'm trying to figure out. Does this go like that? Oh, sick. Any chance once you finish one of the animes you'd consider watching JoJo's? I don't know. People want me to watch JoJo's. I'm not like against the idea of watching JoJo's, for sure. So yeah, it's definitely on the list of things that I'm like interested in watching. I'm honestly down for you to watch some stuff off camera and give us reviews like you did for HXH Greed Island 2, to be honest. Well, and that's the thing. Like, one of the things I want to do is have time to finish. I want to finish all of Hunter x Hunter. Like, I do want to finish the show. I don't love, and I know this is funny because we just talked about this with me not having finished. Light Life, well, thank you for the super chat and congrats on 100K. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're going to do our 100K celebration later on the main channel with Claris. We're going to pop some champagne and have some fun. But thank you. That's very, very kind of you. So for me right now, I'm reacting to too many things and my schedule's a little bit fucked, and Claris and I are about to record and film a new, we're actually announcing it this weekend. So if you want to follow us on the internet, you'll hear about it. We're launching a new show that I'm very excited about. And I want to be able to give that show like my time and my all, because it's got a cast and like I'm the dungeon master for it. And so I need to slow down a little bit. I need to just slow down a little bit to get some of my other work done. And then, you know, I can figure out, I can get back to kind of reacting. I just don't, I don't want to burn out. I'm trying really hard not to burn out. And that is that's just where I'm at, is I'm like feeling a little burnt out. And I'm trying really hard not to like, I don't want to hit a wall. I'm 34 years old, though. I turned 34 today, which feels crazy. But yeah, I'm like actively trying. Claris is like taking a week off next week. I'm trying not to burn out. We're just kind of doing a thing where we're trying to take care of ourselves. Because the summer's about to be really crazy. And the reality of the reactions, as much as I love them, is that they do actually take a lot of work. And I know that sounds dumb. But the, like, recording them, getting them processed, getting them kind of... Is there supposed to be something under that? There's no way that just sits like that, right? What the fuck? Oh, I fucked that. I see where I fucked up. 10 years, my senior. What's up, Unk? Am I Unk now? Oh my god, am I Unk? Your schedule's packed between channels. It's for sure crazy. Yeah, and honestly, like, I just a peek behind the curtain. Like, I've been getting Brandon a lot of stuff really late lately. Like, I've been like, I've been pushing the schedule a little bit. I've literally been getting Brandon stuff like day of. I've been getting Brandon stuff day of, and like, it's not fair to him. It's not fair to me. And I don't want to miss One Piece because I'm like too tired to do it. You know what I mean? And that is the backbone of this channel. That's the like thing that's most important to me. And so I am just sort of, honestly, like I am just, you know, trying to make sure I'm taking care of myself and not just like accepting everything, saying yes to everything, and then burning out on y'all and then missing the stuff I promised. And Brandon's been the best. Like Brandon has like literally showed up. Brandon's gotten stuff done. Like his turnaround on some stuff has been crazy to make sure it goes up on time. And so like I'm so grateful to him, but I want to respect his time, and I want to get to the point where I'm a little bit ahead for him, so that he doesn't feel the need to be like rushing stuff last minute either, you know? Did you ever get around to watching Impulse, the YouTube original show based on the same book as Jumper? No. I have not ever heard of this before now. What is Impulse? We have a side of the ship. Look at that. Oh, did I just break something? I just broke something. Uh-oh. Sometimes these Lego builds get really finicky right in the middle of the build. You know what I mean? Because they're like, there is something that's going to anchor that, but you haven't put the anchor piece on yet. Okay, so this is just the same as the other side. But yeah, I'm just going to slow down a little bit. Just so that we continue to make stuff that we're proud of, and you know. Okay, so that goes like the Nerdy, no, we aren't anywhere near Water 7 yet. Mary can't pray. I'm gonna cry. I want them to put out 1,000 Sunny. Like, I'm a little bit sad that because they're only doing the Legos for the live action, I don't know that we'll ever get like an official 1,000 Sunny Lego set. Am I missing a piece? Shit. What do I need? I need an L bracket brown piece. And a bracket L. There it is. Like, you know what I mean? I think there's a chance we never get the 1,000 Sunny. Do you think Ennie's Lobby is better or Marineford? Oh, fuck. That's a great question. That's a really good question. Will I be having a new weekly schedule for One Piece? No, One Piece won't change. One Piece will be Monday. I'm going to slow down on other stuff, but One Piece will remain Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Which way does the hook go? It goes up. Okay. Yeah, no. One Piece is going to stay Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm just going to, like, cut out some of the other stuff. And it just, I feel like at end of season 1, we can take a break. We can come back to Slime in the fall or something, or maybe in the summer 5 time. What future arcs are you excited for the most? I don't know what future arcs there are. So I don't... I mean, I guess Elbaf I know happens. So I guess just Elbaf, right? Like... I don't really have any idea what the future arcs would be. Like, I'm excited to meet Kaido. I know I joke around about it a lot, and I make a lot of, like, who is Kaido jokes, because I think it's hilarious. But I actually have... I literally know nothing about Kaido. I don't know who this character is at all. But people bring him up so much, and I just think it's so funny, because we're, like, essentially just... yeah, who the fuck is Kaido? But like... It's really funny to me that we've talked about him so much. And... I just have literally no idea when I'm meeting this character that everyone seems to have an opinion on, except I guess, like, Luffy doesn't know who he is, so I guess I'm in the same boat as Luffy, but I find the Kaido stuff very funny. I'm excited to meet him, and, like, I'm assuming Luffy fights him, right? I would kind of love it if he became, like, an ally. After all of this, like, attempting to kill Kaido stuff, he becomes Luffy's, like, next best friend. I'm excited for when Jinbei comes back. I'm hoping when he comes back, he, like, becomes full-time with us. Right? That's kind of my, like... I'm excited to have Jinbei on the crew full-time, because I'm assuming that's gonna happen, because he said it would, right? But, like, I don't know what arc... I don't know how to, like, look forward to the arcs. I'm assuming Whole Cake Island is an arc that's next. So I guess I'm excited for Whole Cake Island. I'm excited to get Sanji, Nami, Chopper, Brook back. Although I'm not gonna lie, I could do without Momonosuke. I want them back without Momonosuke. Is that fair? Is that fair, chat? Am I allowed to say that? Does that make me a bad person? Tabitha's coming to Canada for Yeti, maybe? Oh, shit. Let's fucking go, Claris. Our girl already fakes. I fucking love that. Hell yeah. I can't wait for you to get into Agenda Piece. I thought Agenda Piece was that Shanks isn't actually that strong. Isn't that Agenda Piece? That Shanks... Or no, that Mihawk isn't actually the best a swordsman, because he doesn't want to fight Shanks. And so because he doesn't fight the best, everyone thinks he's the best, but he isn't actually the best. He just doesn't fight the best. Mihawk paints his sword black. She wants to play at Magic the Gathering in D&D. Ask her, Claris, ask her if she wants to be on the panel at Yeti. We need cast members, so ask her if she wants to perform. Stay away from Agenda Piece. My cool... Agenda Piece boils down to my cool character is the strongest and everyone else must be lying. Oh, yeah. Isn't that like every anime? Tabitha from the show From? No, I wish. No, I don't wish. I love my Tabitha. I don't want her to be anybody else. I mean, the only person who can determine who the best is Oda. The rest of us just have to watch the show and agree with whatever Oda says, because he's the fucking Goda. You know what I mean? I promise you, Oda is not wrong. Law made up his backstory so people would feel bad for him. That's very funny. That wouldn't make any sense, though, Joseph, because we don't see Law's backstory from the perspective of... we don't see Law's backstory from the perspective of him telling his backstory to somebody, right? Like, Law's backstory happens organically for the audience. It's not Law telling anyone a story. So why, how would it make sense for it to have been, what do you mean he made it up? In universe, it's not told to anybody. It just is a story that happens, and we watch it happen. And, like, the Doflamingo pirates, they're all aware of it. So, I don't know. I can't get behind Law made up his backstory, because that doesn't really make any sense. Alright, this goes here? Yeah. I swear Oda said a mother is the antithesis to adventure. I mean, yeah, your mom's not gonna let you go become a fucking pirate. Do you think your mom would let you go be a pirate? No. Your mom's gonna be like, hell no. You're staying at home. Law making up his backstory would be interesting. It just doesn't work because Law's backstory involves too many people. You know what I mean? Like, the rest of the Doflamingo family was there. They know what happened. Unless you're talking about, like, his sister dying, but, like, that would be really weird. Nerdy would support anti-GARP agenda. Yeah, of course I support anti-GARP agenda. I'm anti-GARP all the time. What do you mean support anti-GARP agenda? I am the agenda. Support the agenda. I wrote the agenda. I'm the secretary. I took the minutes on the anti-GARP agenda. Are you fucking kidding me? They can't start the meeting without me, okay? I am struggling to find these pieces, y'all. Is it this thing? No, it's not that thing. What the fuck is that piece? Was I supposed to open a new bag? No. Oh, no, you just flipped this. I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. It's just telling you to flip it upside down. That's so funny. I'm staring at it like I have no idea what's going on. Oh, man. No. There is one mom that's down for piracy. How much did you end up paying for that Lego set? I think it was like 170 Canadian dollars. Not bad. If it's an off-screen fight, always bet on Blackbeard. Well, yeah, because Blackbeard can't lose until Luffy beats him, right? He's got to be the big bad. Does that line up with that? Yeah, okay. I think Garp is misunderstood because people think he chose his duty over his family, but it's the fact that he actually allowed them to choose their own paths. Allowing them to choose their own paths is fine. He still is upholding an institution of slavery with his actions, Rip Squad. Like, unfortunately, Garp has to reckon with the fact that he works for the Celestial Dragons and is actively upholding slavery. And so I do stand in opposition to his worldview. In the same way that I stand in opposition to all of the Marines. I want the Baratie Lego set so bad, but $400. I don't know. I think it looks cool. I don't have nearly the emotional connection to the Baratie set as I did to the Mary. You know what I mean? Garp was serving when O'Hara happened. He's complicit. Garp was serving during every Buster call. You know what I mean? Like, Garp, you can't, there's only so many excuses that you can make for people in this life. And Garp is too high up to not know that, like, fishmen are being sold as slaves down the road from their fucking headquarters, right? Nanya says, I didn't realize Garp had the administrative power to make a difference. Garp has superpowers. Garp has literal superpowers. I think that, like, the argument that, like, you can be a good slave catcher is deeply flawed. And I think that you have to understand that, like, his reasoning for why he is doing what he's doing can be good in his head, and I can still stand in opposition to him, right? Like, I am anti-slavery, and therefore I am anti-Garp, because Garp is part of the system that protects the slavery class. That's just the reality of it. I can't agree with him, because agreeing with him is standing with a system of slavery that I disagree with. That doesn't mean that every one of his actions is evil, but it does mean that I am not on his side. He's chosen his side. Smoker's also part of the Marines. Smoker also upholds slavery. I can like Smoker as a character, and I can enjoy Smoker as a, like, narrative device, and I can think that Smoker at times does the right thing, and still acknowledge that Garp and I are not on this, that Smoker and I are not on the same side of this argument. Smoker and I do not agree. What about Kobe, the Pink Mamba? Kobe is, his goal is to uphold slavery. That is just factual. You can still like them as people. They can still do good things at times, but you have to know what side you're on. And I know what side I'm on. I know exactly what side I'm on. And I do not stand on the side of the Marines. And so if you stick with the Marines, I don't fuck with you. Yeah, but piracy is also bad. Is piracy bad? Is it? Says who? The guys who own the slaves? Oh no. We should definitely listen to them. Yeah. Why would anyone become a pirate in a world where the government actively enforces slavery? I don't know. The government seems fine with the pirates that they think that they can use to continue to harm the population. In a world where Doflamingo is allowed to basically enslave an entire country with government approval, I don't know, is slavery that bad? Or is piracy that bad? Slavery is bad. I want to be very clear. The Marines are working for a somewhat corrupt police. It's still the police, but some of it is bad. Somewhat corrupt? But please tell me which part of it isn't corrupt. But please point to the part of the One Piece police system that is in any way not corrupt. Point to the place in the story where there is someone who is not corrupt. Fujitora, you know what, Captain Brooke, that's a great point. Fujitora has been an admiral for like 7 minutes. Fujitora got drafted, became an admiral, and was like, oh hey, this shit's broken, we should change it. And I give Fujitora a lot of shit for dropping a meteor on a city filled with civilians in pain, okay? I give Fujitora a lot of shit. But Fujitora joined the fucking Marines and went, hey, this is bad. We shouldn't do this. Garp's been there for 30 fucking years. Do Not Disturb says, I don't know, I always thought only higher up Navy knew about the slavery thing. What do you mean? How would you not know about it? There's auctions. Like, the auctions aren't secret. People know the Celestial Dragons have slaves. The Celestial Dragon they show up to countries around the world, and they have slaves. Like, the world is aware that they do that. I was led to believe One Piece is not political. Fine and Andy, well done. The slavery in One Piece is not a secret. But fucking Luffy sees it as a child. The Celestial Dragon shows up with his slaves in the flashback arc. You know what I mean? Like it's not that the not everyone gets to participate in it, but the world is aware of it. Like people, the world is aware that it exists. And so the idea that people are like Kobe, I could see joining the Marines without knowing. Kobe's from a backwater nowhere. Go accept my collab. Jesus, wow, being pushy on my birthday. But like these people are aware of what they are signing up for. Most people in the One Piece world outside of the Grand Line almost never see a Celestial Dragon in their lives. It's a really rare thing most civilians are not aware of. But they are... But, like, they have newspapers. They literally have the ability to, like, send video. They have television. Right? Like, you can't make the argument that information is a secret when they do broadcast information to the globe. A newspaper that is owned by the government. Right, but the government isn't ashamed of the slavery thing. Right? Like, the government doesn't... The government isn't hiding that they own slaves. They have no reason to hide that they own slaves. They don't view that as a problem. They don't view it as a bad thing. They're proud of it. The Celestial Dragons ride their slaves down the street in public, right? I understand that in our world, people would hide shit like that. And it would have to come out. But within the world of One Piece, the fact that the Celestial Dragons own slaves isn't a secret, and it isn't looked down upon. It isn't viewed as something to fight. It isn't viewed as something to struggle with. The world government actively supports it. They flaunt it. They're proud of it. They love it. They love it so much that fucking Doflamingo is going around as a fucking 7-year-old being like, where are my slaves? I should have them. Where are they? Those are mine. Like, he's so indoctrinated. We see this in Doflamingo's backstory arc. He's so indoctrinated to the idea that is the natural order of his life. He would never think about hiding it. Right? He would never think to hide it. Because it's not a negative. And so I think the argument that, like, the world government is hiding this thing that they flaunt, I just don't agree with it. I think it's pretty explicit that, like, they use it as their power, right? They use it as the cudgel with which they keep these populations in check, is that they could be next. Yeah, they had a scheduled slave auction. Like, I don't know further knowledge. Are you the only mod in here, Idwam? I'm so sorry. At least Aokiji had the guts to leave the Marines. 100%. I respect Aokiji so much more for leaving the Marines. I do, right? I do. I respect him being like, I don't think, I can understand someone like Aokiji being like, I want to become a fleet admiral to change this. And then Akainu gets it, and he's like, I'm not going to change this because Akainu's going to make it worse. And that's the reality of it, right? Is like, yeah. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think the argument that, like, people aren't aware of it, I just don't agree with that. On small islands out in the middle of nowhere, I could see people not knowing about it. But anyone who grew up in the Grand Line knows. Aokiji and Saul, best Marines so far. Yeah, but they're the best Marines because they left. What are we doing here? Okay, I need this piece up front. And look, I like Garp as a character, right? I think he's very interesting. I don't like him as a person. I think anyone who lets Ace die like that is morally bankrupt, right? And I hope the next time we see Garp, I hope that he has changed and he has regrets, right? Don't talk about when we next see Garp. I don't want to know. But I want Garp to deeply regret letting Ace die, and I want that to change him, because I think that would be very interesting. For Garp to kind of understand how he fucked up, and that it is, you know, in a way his fault for not doing anything in that moment. New bag! And we get to build Usopp. Alright, where's bag 6? We gotta get moving, chat. I'm talking too much. The fact that it wasn't just Celestial Dragons. Oh yeah, and that's the point, right? Like, it isn't even just Celestial Dragons that are allowed to have slaves. They're just the ones who flaunt it the most, but... Garp is complacency walking. Where's the URL for the sweater? Can someone grab the, for the, you mean my Maple Mask sweater? The sweater is on our fourth wall stop. Fuck, can someone grab that URL and drop it in chat? Also a bit off topic, but I recently binged Dungeon Crawler Carl. Have you read it? No, I've only watched the anime. Florian, I fucking love... Oh, no, wait. Oh my god. I read out Dungeon Crawler Carl. And then I was talking about Dungeon Meshi. No, it doesn't have an anime. I was thinking about Delicious in Dungeon. We're on Nerdy Daily, so my brain went to Delicious in Dungeon. No, Claris and I are doing it on Book Club, Florian. We just finished book 4. It's one of my favorite things ever. Dungeon Crawler Carl is without a doubt one of my favorite things ever. I adore it so much. I love that the instructions tell me to put Usopp's little pink do-rag on, but it's actually already on his hair. In the package somehow, Usopp got his hair put on. I deeply love Dungeon Crawler Carl. Also, not political. Not political at all. It reminds you a bit of One Piece? Yeah. Yeah, things that I'm not surprised by in the slightest. It very much reminds me of One Piece. I think that Carl and Luffy would get along real well. Do you think Usopp needs a power-up? Man. Yeah. I don't even think he needs a power-up. I think he just needs some character development, man. Right now, Usopp is the most disappointing Straw Hat to me. In terms of the way he is post-time skip. Usopp, to me, is the character that has progressed the least. And just, it doesn't feel like... it feels like Oda didn't want to lose out on the joke of Usopp being a coward from pre-time skip. And I think that it's a shame that Usopp goes through the same character arc every single arc. Yeah, and I am just a little tired of it. I love Usopp. I think he's great. And you guys know, like, going back to, like, that first arc, I love Usopp's introduction. I love the idea of Usopp's arc. No! I really love the idea of Usopp's arc. It just feels like we're not getting an arc from him. Right? Like, it feels like we're just kind of doing the same thing so over and over and over and over again. Where does this go? There? With a hole in between? Yeah. And I love Usopp, man, but, like, he keeps doing cool shit, and then immediately the next arc is like, no, I just don't want to do anything. And I'm like, okay, I come back to me when you want to do stuff. You know what I mean? Like, come back to me, Usopp, come back to me when you have, like, changed your mind about something. And he just hasn't. And it is disappointing. I think, you know, Elbaf is really far away. And so if that's the arc where he gets a bunch of his character development in, we're away from that for a while. And I hope that he has some more character development before that, but we will see. I don't know. But yeah, right now I'm a little disappointed in Usopp. The God Usopp moment in Dressrosa is awesome, right? Usopp was actually confident for like an episode when they came back together post time skip. It would have been great if he stuck with that. Yeah, or if he just had times where he was confident, right? You know, if he had like, and my understanding is that the Toei team exaggerated some of the like running away stuff when the Tontatas are all getting turned into toys against Sugar, and that like it's not actually that bad in the manga. But I don't know. It is weird. He's the character who feels like he gets the most screen time with the least development. Like Nico Robin gets like no development, but she also gets no screen time post time skip. Like Nico Robin pops in and out. It's been really nice these last few episodes where Nico Robin's had these moments with Rebecca, but Nico Robin kind of like is just gone for large chunks of time. Chopper, yeah, no, Chopper doesn't have a lot of development either. Nico Robin just is more capable, and so it doesn't... She's also older, right? Like, the difference between Usopp and Nico Robin is that Nico Robin is, like, almost 30. She doesn't have as much development ahead of her, whereas, like, Usopp turned, like, 20 or whatever. She's 30 post-time skip, right? Like, she's not going to develop as much. She was pretty developed pre-time skip. She was running, like, a fucking illegal operation against the nation when we meet her, right? He literally forgot Ennie's lobby. I did? I didn't forget Ennie's lobby. Dorian, thank you for 10 Nerdy Daily gifted memberships. Holy shit, bunch of people are gonna get stuff early. I so appreciate that. That's so very, very, very kind of you. Holy shit. A bunch of people are about to get a month of watching all my reactions a week early. I hope that they enjoy it. I don't think Robin has hockey. We have not seen Robin use hockey. Have we? No, we've not seen Robin use hockey. She might have observation, but she doesn't have armament. Wait, I think there's only one there. Or no, that's two. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Are you ready? Are you ready? Transformation Central. Chopper's just an animal? Wow, that's rude. Rude, how dare you? How dare you say that about a boy Chop? Why can't I find any of the fucking little things I need? Why can't I find them? The fucking little things I need. Her power's so OP. Her power is crazy. Keith David, my beloved. Oh, I love him so much. I got to sing that song with an orchestra in Japan. And we only did it like twice. Because we took it out of the rotation once we got past Halloween. But, like, getting to do that fucking, like... I remember the first time we did that song with the full, like, 60-piece orchestra, just fucking, like, vibing. Oh, God, it was that... I missed that concert, man. I was so fun. I think Oda realized in Punk Hazard that if the crew matured too much, a lot of the regular gags would stop working, so they all suffered some backsliding. Yeah, I agree with that, Ildrum. I definitely think that is true. Development and getting stronger are two different things. Sure, I don't need Usopp to get physically stronger. I just want him to have some character development. Luffy and Zoro and Sanji were the only two to have hockey. You named 3 people. And now Usopp is on that list. Yeah, Usopp has observation hockey, right? Yeah, are they the only ones with any hockey? Really? Brooke doesn't. That's not surprising. That's wild. Zoro got character development when he asked Mihawk to train him. I think Zoro's had a lot of character development, actually. I think Zoro is one of the characters that has been handled pretty well post time skip. I think Zoro does a lot of really interesting things. I think that he interacts with the plot in really interesting ways. I've enjoyed watching him interact with the Tantatas, with the running around with the Tantata. Him still being... And this is what I mean about, like, I don't need them to get stronger, right? I want character development, not, like power creep. I like Zoro's... I like the way Zoro's more engaged in the plot, and he feels a little bit less aloof, right? Pre-time skip Zoro kind of didn't care sometimes. And now, you guys are right, he doesn't laugh as much, but he is very engaged in the plot. And he's very engaged. Zoro as a character is very intent on Luffy's success in a way that he feels locked in. And I quite like that. I think that he is... he could feel a little bit like he wasn't paying attention pre-time skip. And it never feels like he's not paying attention. He still fucks up, and he still, gets lost and all of that stuff. Linus Vikstrom, thank you for 5 gifted members to Nerdy Daily. What? Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. That is so kind of you. Get those fucking early reactions, friends. Thank you, Linus. I appreciate it. It is my birthday. I'm 34. I'm so old. Yeah, he's locked in. Honestly, I think that live action has a chance to do character development better than the anime. Oh, 100%, yeah. Because they've already cut a bunch of the, gags, right? They're already not doing the gags. And so that just makes... That inherently makes it easier. When you're not relying on gags for your, story and for your, time on screen, it is a lot easier to not have to... It is easier to do character development. You're making me feel older. I'm sorry. I can't help what year I was born. I didn't choose it. I think Zoro feels guilty for not being there when Luffy lost once. I think that's a really great point. I completely agree. That's not right. That's right. There we go. There we go, chat. I'm a bit nervous that live action is under Netflix, not gonna lie. I really don't want it canceled. I don't think it being on Netflix has anything to do with that. I think that the success of the One Piece live action would have kind of been the same everywhere. I don't think Netflix is looking to cancel it. I don't think it's going to run forever, you know what I mean? But it is one of the most popular shows they've ever had. I don't think it's going anywhere in the near future. But, at the same time, who knows? With Netflix, you never quite know what the fuck they're thinking. Okay, so that goes in here. Yes. Guys, we have a broom. We have a hammer. I don't know why we have a hammer. They have a sledgehammer. I've never seen a sledgehammer on the Going Merry. Wait, what? Oh, I'm just building the same thing on the other side. Okie doke. Wake up, babe. Star Wars Celebration merch just dropped. Star Wars Celebration merch? What merch? Why is Star Wars Celebration merch dropping? There's no celebration this year. I'm so confused. What celebration merch just dropped? Netflix cancels really popular shows all the time. Netflix cancels popular shows. They don't cancel really popular shows. They just don't have that many really popular shows. They posted previews for 2027. Oh, previews of merch. But you can't buy it, right? Alright, let's look at the Star Wars Celebration merch. News. Oh my god. Oh, fuck off. Okay. Do they have One Piece Cafe in Canada? I don't think they do. What, do I have any of these set up to, like, show you stuff? Chat? No. We'll do it here. Okay. So we'll turn that off. Chat, we got it. We're gonna have to talk about this. We're gonna have to talk about this. What? What the fuck? Don't worry, I'm coming. I'm gonna appear. There I am. Oh! I appeared out of nowhere. Guys. Oh, boy. Oh, my God, chat. Look at this fucking jacket. Oh, wow. Do not bring up looks maxing in this chat. I'm not one of those creeps. Oh, boy. I want that. I want that really bad. All right, next. We have 37 of these. Ooh! The twin sons? Oh my god. I am so excited! Look at it! That's cool. This isn't one I would pick up. I don't love the texture of these on my back, but people will love this. Like, this is a great design. It's a really cool idea. I just, the Spirit jerseys, they feel weird on my shoulder blades in a way I can't explain. Obviously I'll get the pin because I have all the pins. How much is it? We won't know until Celebration next year. Oh! The tracksuit with the fucking... Yes, okay, I need the full suit. Babe, we need to start saving our money. We need to start a fund. Oh, I want this full suit so badly. Oh, I'm gonna go to the gym in this every day. That's actually cute. I dig this. That is nice. That is, yeah. That works for me. A GoFundMe for merch. Help Nerdy buy Star Wars Celebration merch. Viper Breeze, thank you for the super chat. Happy birthday. I'm so glad you enjoyed the intro episodes for Golden Kamui, Hina Hina, and May the Force be with you. May the Force be with you as well. This is pretty slick. The baseball jersey. That's pretty slick. Lanyard. That's cute. The tote. Wow, there's so much on here. The Santa Monica Pier. I do love the way Star Wars Celebration merch always incorporates the city. Ooh. Okay. A leather puff duffel bag. That's magnet. The hat, yeah. The normal stuff they always have. I don't know. I don't know that I love the baseball shirt. I think the logo maybe just seems a little big here for me. Which one is the need, Claris? Is it The bag? The duffel? Is this what you're yelling need about? If everybody's thinking that super chat, you guys are so kind. What's the, like, need? The duffel? Yeah, the duffel's nice. That's cute. I like that. More magnets. The poster's fucking gorgeous. The art is stunning. Like, they did such a good fucking job. The fan. I love that they always have a fan. This Spirit jersey I actually like a little bit more than the other one. I still don't know that I would wear a Spirit jersey, though. I have, like, texture things. I'm autistic. The blanket. Ooh. That's slick. The logo pin. Of course, I'll pick that up because I have everyone going back to 2019. I like that. That's a sick shirt. Oh, we're going to have good... I'm going to be so broke, chat. All the logo stuff. Yeah. I mean, without a doubt, the biggest win of this whole... The biggest win for me, other than... I mean, the duffel's pretty cool. I do like the duffel. I do want that. But for me... This jacket is an absolute must for me. Like, this is an absolute. I have to have this. I want this jacket so bad. And probably this jacket. And probably this tracksuit. And the duffel bag. Oh, that'll probably only be $700. That'll probably only be $700. It'll be fine. All right, let's get back to One Piece. We're never gonna finish this Lego set, guys. We've barely made any progress, and it's 12:37. We have an hour and 20 minutes. We gotta go so much faster. We gotta go so much faster. That fleece jacket, I know. I want that fleece jacket. That thing was purdy. That was Brock Purdy, you guys. What are we building here? Okay, so I need the little gripper. I need 2 little grippers, which are these things. See, they got their grippers. 2 grippers and a flat. Lock in, nerdy. I'm locked in, chat. It's my birthday. I'll build Legos slowly if I want to. It's my party. I'll cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Oh, that needs to be choked way up. Boom. All right, we have a wrench. A giant fucking wrench the size of Usopp is just hanging out here. Is that everything on this page? It is. Next page. Let's crush this. Chat, we're going to crush this. So I need this piece, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And then we go... Dorian. Dorian, thank you so much. What currency is that? Yo, what the fuck? Thank you for the super chat. Happy birthday, David. Wow, David. Legal naming me on the internet. Here's to the start of the GoFundMe. Hope you do a shopping stream for the Star Wars merch. Cheers. Dude, should we go live from the 4-hour line to get merch at Star Wars Celebration? Thank you so much, Dorian. I appreciate that so much. What is that currency symbol? I don't know that symbol. Thank you so much. That is so incredibly kind of you. 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, we're good. And then, holy shit. It looks cool. Yeah, I've never seen that before. I love that YouTube lets you know, like, the currency things come from. You know what I mean? Like, I love that there's, like, a... Is this supposed to be at an angle? I think it is. The new Israeli shekel? Oh. Interesting. A shekel. I don't think I've ever been given a shekel in my life. That's not true. On stage, I've been given a shekel. That I have actually been fictionally given a shekel in a performance. But I've never been given a real world... It's my first real world shekels. Okay. Let's do that, and that, and that. And that. Let's go back to talk about One Piece, okay? Back to One Piece. One thing I am curious about, genuinely right now, is... Okay, so this slides down here. Oh! Does that just fit? Oh, yeah. Wild. The way Lego just fits, you know what I mean? That shit's crazy. One thing I'm enjoying and I'm curious about at the moment is what is the, like... What? What is the way that we find out about... Have I almost reached the end of Dressrosa? No, I think I have 30 episodes left. What is the way that we find out about the danger Sanji, Nami, Chopper, and them are in? Because I'm pretty sure that's what the storytelling is going to be, right? Is that, like... What am I building? Is that Big Mom has them. And so how does Luffy find out? Because I'm, like, almost certain that's where this is going. That we're, like, at a point where... Casually... Oh, no, I know it's going to be answered in time. I'm not worried about that. I'm just... It is such a fascinating thing to me right now of, like... The weird way in which... They've just... For me, it feels like they've been gone for so long. Right? Who are Sanji, Nami, and Chopper again? It feels to me like they've been gone for so long, and that the Straw Hats should be worried about them. The problem is, in world, I think all of Dressrosa... I don't think that this is a spoiler, so I am going to ask for clarification on this. All of Dressrosa so far, right? Nothing in the future. Wasn't there a skeleton with them? Brooke. All of Dressrosa so far has been like a couple of hours, right? Like, this is all the same day. Luffy went into the Colosseum the day that they're currently in, right? That can't be a spoiler. It can't be a spoiler to say whether or not it's been the same day. It is one day. Okay. So, like, in my head, they should be worried. Like, I'm like, why aren't they worried about Sanji and them? But the reality for them is that it's not even been a day. Right? And so that's the weird thing about Dressrosa as an arc for me right now. Is that I am like, oh, they should be worried about Sanji and them. But there is no actual reason for anyone to be worried about the Sunny. Because it's literally, like, it's been a couple hours. They shouldn't... There's not even a reason for them to be asking where they are yet. Because all the people inside the birdcage know is that they're outside the birdcage. But it feels like that was so long ago. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like they left so... Because I don't think I've seen them in over a month, right? Maybe not a month. But it's been almost a month since the last episode I saw them in. Also, Sanji asked Luffy if he could attack Big Mom's ship. Oh, that's right, yeah. He did ask. And Luffy's like, yeah, of course. Have fun. And so, yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I was talking with Claris about this. One Piece is the only show I've ever watched where a main character like Nami can be out of the show for 160 episodes. But she hasn't, like, she's out of the show for like 100 episodes during the Luffy's prison break arc into Marineford, right? And then she's out of the show for like the last 60 episodes. And she's like, she is with, you know, she's ostensibly the female lead of the show. And she's missed a fifth of the episodes in a way that there's nothing like One Piece. You know what I mean? There isn't a show like this show. Because what other show could get away with having a main character just disappear for, what, 100 episodes and be like, whatever. We'll get back to her eventually. That's bad. Huh. Chat, I fucked up somewhere, and I don't know what to do about it. This line on this side is straight, and this line on this side is at a bit of an angle. Straight, at a bit of an angle. And I don't know why. Just say Usopp tried to fix it. Straighten the line that's angled. Yeah, let's just do that. Why is it at an angle? How is it at an angle? How is that possible? Guys, I don't think Lego's supposed to be able to have slight angles to it. Oh. That fixed it. I don't know what I did. A piece did come off, yeah. I heard it. It's this window piece here. I don't know how I fixed it. I fixed it. So... yeah. It's this window right here. Damn it. Wait, doesn't this... no, not anymore. Yeah. Damn it. These windows are incredibly finicky. No! Okay, can I flip this upside down without it being a problem? Yes, I can. Okay, we're good. We're good, chat. We're good. We're fine. Fixed it. You're missing one piece. Ba ba ba. I keep meaning to like book a studio and record my version of the One Piece theme song. I still want to do it. No joke. I want to have like really another piece fell off as well. What other piece fell off? I don't think so. That window's good. We're good. Florian, what other piece fell off? We'll find out later. I want to record my version of the original One Piece theme song. I want to have like a music video. I have an idea for a music video where I'm like singing it on a like CGI boat, and it looks really jank, but I cosplay like all of the main characters. Did you hear the intro covers that Carly and Ange do? No, I haven't. I'll have to check that out. I've not really checked out their channel. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really watch a lot of reaction content. Not because I dislike it, but I just... it's tough because, like, by the time I have made my reaction content, I don't really want to watch stuff, like, again. You got to do the 4Kids dub intro. Oh, my God. Oh, I should. Sanji's doctorin', or Sanji's cooking. Chopper's doctorin'. That 4Kids intro was a response to the Poca rap, right? That's gotta be where that comes from. they saw the success of the Pokemon rap and were like, you know what? We should do our own. Yayo, yayo, yayo. Monkey D. Luffy. It's the One Piece. King of the pirates on the Grand Line. He ate a bite of gum gum. Yayo, yayo, yayo. That's so fucking good. Man. Did the 4Kids dub even get to Chopper? What's your favorite laugh in One Piece? Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, Claris's is definitely Caesar Clown. I really like I like Luffy's laugh a lot. It ended after Robin joined. Oh, it ended after Alabasta. Oh, okay. The dub got to the ship falling from the sky just before Jaya. Oh, Arlong's got a good laugh. I like Luffy's laugh a lot. I know that's kind of basic, but everyone died from the ship dropping on him. A bunch of kids just think that's how it ends. Luffy never became king of the pirates. He just died when a fucking ship lands on them. God, can you imagine? Can you imagine being a kid and being like, that's it? That's all I get? I wonder how many kids thought that that was the end of the show and, like, didn't find out there was more One Piece until, like, a decade later. You know what I mean? What? Oh, I see. So this goes like this. Yes. I see. I see. Where's small piece? I need this. It's like Tony Soprano's death. I've never seen The Sopranos. Which I know is like a... Ah! Oh, I picked up a piece. It rolled and it got jammed in here. I've never seen The Sopranos, and I know that's like a sin. Nothing broke, chat. We're good. Nothing broke. We Gucci. DBZ is like, I was in the middle of a fight with the Ginyu Force, and we didn't get more for years? Really? I only watched Dragon Ball Z up until Cell. I think, because it goes Frieza, then Cell, then Majin Buu, right? And, like, I stopped watching Dragon Ball Z somewhere in the Majin Buu stuff. I don't remember exactly where I stopped. It's been a long time since I watched Dragon Ball Z. I used to love Dragon Ball Z. I think the Frieza stuff in Dragon Ball Z is some of my favorite shit. And definitely was when I was a kid. Like, I fucking loved Dragon Ball Z as a kid. Cell was the best arc anyways. Yeah, I loved Cell, loved Frieza. And then, I don't know, the Boos, when the Boos showed up, I got a little kind of like, I don't care anymore. It felt a little bit like I've seen this. Frieza's peak DBZ, but I love Cell Saga so much. I agree with that. I think that that's true. I think that Frieza's the best arc of what I've seen. Obviously, I haven't seen, like, Dragon Ball Super or all the new shit. I've heard like Super Broly is a really good movie. Everyone I've heard talk about Broly says like that shit fucking slaps. Is it that way? Yeah. I will not react to Abridged. There are a number of people that have worked on Dragon Ball that have said that they're not a fan of the way Abridged edits their work. And so I'm going to stay away from that. I try and... If creators come out and say they don't like a version of their own art, I try not to promote it online. I I don't know. I'm in the industry. I get it. I think that I don't love making content about stuff that like the people who worked on it wouldn't want out there, you know? Especially because something like that could get my channel in trouble. And yeah, it is that weird thing of like, I'm not really looking to fight the Japanese copyright people because they're the scariest copyright people. They are without a doubt the scariest copyright people. Would I watch Super? I would. Like, I'm not like against it. I like Dragon Ball. Don't I need to finish I need to finish Z before I watch Super though, right? I tried to watch that new Dragon Ball show, but I felt like I was too behind on it to like, what was that one called? I reacted to one episode of it. Dragon Ball is the one where Daima? Yeah, where Goku gets small again. It did not, like, it numbers-wise was a huge bomb on the channel, and I was like, well, I am not gonna, like, pay Brandon to... not really, you can watch this Super with what you know of Z and not miss much. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know, it's tough because, like, I don't know what's gonna perform well. Hey, Bunny! Thank you for... Oh, no. Oh, it's, like, in there. There we go. Thank God. Thank you, Bunny. I appreciate that. Yeah. What was I saying? I have no idea. I was saying something. I don't remember what it was. Would you read the One Piece cover stories and the SBS are canon? The SBS, I don't know. The cover stories I do eventually want to go through. It's coming together. I was hoping to have it done, but I only have an hour until we're switching to the other stream. So I gotta kind of get a move on. I got, what, 4 more bags? Dragon Ball is not the most story-intensive show. That's true, but I kind of like to know what they're referencing when they talk about stuff. Oh, low numbers for Dimus wasn't worth paying Brandon to edit. Yeah, like, there's just a reality to this where, like, if I'm gonna take on a show, it does have to, like, it kind of needs to make money. You know what I mean? Like, it needs to make enough money that I'm not... I don't want to lose money reacting to stuff, right? And so if there just isn't a lot of interest there and I'm just... The videos just are making nothing, then it's just one of those weird... I understand what I did wrong. It's one of those weird situations where, like, I have to kind of be aware, cognizant of... There is a minimum threshold for things being on the channel and making sense. Especially for a long show where, like, I don't know how long it's going to go on for. It's why, like, I stopped watching, like, I stopped watching Hunter x Hunter, right? Like, at the point where, like, views dip and I'm losing subscribers when I post a video instead of gain subscribers, I can't keep watching it. Even there's audience members who are like, well, I like it. And I'm like, I know you like it, but this isn't going well. Do you respect Senior Pink yet? Oh, wait till that reaction comes out. You're going to be very unhappy. Spoiler alert for my own reaction. Did you ever start the Chimera Antarctic? I'm a couple episodes in. I haven't had time to, like, really keep going with it. I'm going to finish it, though. Part of the reason why I'm, like, going to take a break from Slime and some other stuff after Season 1's done is because I am... I want to have more time for stuff like that. I'd love to see you watch Kinnikuman, but no chance it's a viewer maker. Also, Japan is very protective. I don't even know what Kinnikuman is. I've never heard of it before. The king of the pirates on the Grand Line. Someone was saying that in an SBS, Oda wrote some fucked up shit about Viola and Doflamingo. I don't want to get into it, but is that true? Is that in an SBS? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Yes, that's true. Jesus, Oda. Dolph did the crimes. Well, fuck. But people want me to think that Senior Pink isn't that bad, really. Sure. He gets asked stuff. Yeah, and honestly, like, I respect Oda for, you know, having the relationship with his audience where he's willing to answer questions. You know what I mean? He doesn't give alcohol to kids, though. You're telling me that the guy that wants to burn the world down because they wouldn't let him have slaves as a child, you're telling me that guy became a bad dude? What? Bag 7. 4 bags to go. Everyone has a line. Okay, well, you know, I get it. Oda's just being honest about the nature of the world, I guess, right? Oh, we get another poster. Y'all, we get to open our 3rd of 4 posters. Here we fucking go. Which one is the poster in? What do you think we're gonna get? I'm very sad it can't be Nico Robin, because it's live action only. Doflamingo's a great villain, though, in my opinion. I think he's a great villain. Yeah, he's not a sympathetic villain, though. Like, the people who want to be like he's sympathetic, I disagree with. Or that anyone who works under him is sympathetic, rather. Do we get a poster? I don't know that we do. Oh, here it is. All right, who do we think we got? So far, we have Luffy and we have Goldie Roger. Chat, who do we think we got? In my fingers right here. Nico Robin's wanted poster was in season 2, episode 8. Yeah, but this set is only based on season 1, right? Captain Kuro? You can get Kuro in this? You think we got Zoro? All right, here we go. Wanted. That does not look like Zoro. That does not look like Zoro. Is that red-haired Shanks? Oh, who said Kuro? Who said Kuro? Y'all. Who said Kuro? Fucking Cosmic Debris. Cosmic Debris coming in. Clutch. Absolutely fucking calling it. We got the cat boy. Well done, Cosmic Debris. Holy shit. Way to fucking call that. I'm confused. Where are those pieces? Alright, well, we're going to try and finish this. Let's gotta move on, chat. What do you think of Corazon? You hate Marines. Again, I don't hate Marines. I am not on their side. That is not the same thing as hating them. Right? I'm watching the broadcast from Japan. Grace B from Japan. Konnichiwa. What's up? God, I wish I was in Japan right now. Fucking love that country, man. Is there a more beautiful place on Earth than Japan when the sakura blossoms are in bloom? I defy you to find a place as beautiful as that. Thank you, Jushin. I appreciate it. When will we start the One Piece video games? That's a good question. Hopefully soon. I don't know. I do want to start with the Game Boy Advanced one because I think it looks very funny. I need to find an emulator for it. But I think it would be very fun to play like... Wait, how the fuck does that work? Oh, I am an idiot. I see how this works. So this goes like that. Yeah. How's your birthday going? I can't complain. Flights are going through the roof with fuel prices. Yeah. Yeah, they are. Hanami in Japan is one of the best things in the world. Oh my god, yes. Ginza Rondo. If you want one of the best meals in the world, if you are in Tokyo, Ginza Rondo is a pancake place. You might have to wait for like an hour and a half to get in. Genuinely some of the best food I've ever eaten in my fucking life. This goes from white to white. Yeah, like that. Ginza Rondo. Holy shit. And, yeah, that is also true. Corazon leaves the Marines when he realizes what he needs to be doing. He joins the Marines to stop his brother, and then he leaves the Marines for better things. He's the kind of character that I do think, like, we need to, like, support and be on the side of. Is the ones who are like, oh, this isn't the best way for me to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish. We share a birthday, the honk. I guess we do. April 28th. You and me, buddy. You and me, buddy. You and me, sitting pretty in the dark, lying on our back, wearing nothing but the stars, where the cool grass grows. Baby, get ready. I think that's where that goes. That is where that goes. And then I need 2 pits. 2 of that. I need that, and I think I need that right there. Yeah, I need that right there. Look at that. Look at that. That slides right into place, doesn't it? That just slides right into place. What a beautiful little slide. Oh, that's coming together quite nicely. No, another one of these windows just fell. These windows are very finicky, aren't they? Aren't they? Oh, yeah, they are. Fuck me. Doing a little window surgery. How the... Oh, maybe actually this little sword would be better. Ugh. Eh. 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 Fuck me. Did I just knock something else over? No. Okay. Am I still able to flip this? Yes. Okay. Would you like to see a musical One Piece arc? A whole arc? Huh. Yeah? I guess. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think it'd be a nightmare for, I think it would be an absolute nightmare for the dub team. And, like, the songs, like, the scansion of the Japanese songs wouldn't necessarily work in English. How would that work in the manga? I mean, they could just, like, say that they're singing. It's actually so much easier in the manga than it is actually in the, in the anime. It's one of those things that, like, you could do to fuck with the people making the anime. Is be like, oh yeah, well now you have to make a full musical every episode. Suddenly Toei's like, yeah, it's gonna be a year an episode. Sadar, thank you for the super chat. Go get Star Wars merch or a coffee. Still the only YouTuber I support with Euro, or I think that's Euros, right? Even though I don't always agree on your opinions, but I'm all for diversity. Am I your diversity hire? Oh no. Nerdy Nightly, the diversity hire. Thank you so much, Tassadar. That is so very, 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 very kind of you. I appreciate that immensely. And I hope that you're having a wonderful day. I will, you know what? I will get myself a very nice cocktail tonight once I'm done stream. In your honor. In the honor of Tassadar. I appreciate that. Binks' brew became iconic even in the manga. Oh, 100%. I think that, like, a song is doable. I think that a musical would be a fucking nightmare. You know what I mean? Like, there's just such a difference between a song and a musical. And I would fucking love it if they tried. Is there a musical anime? There's gotta be, right? There's gotta be a musical anime. Nerdy Daily. Should I change the channel name to that? That's too big. I need the little guy. Yeah, I need that one, and I need that one. There are a ton. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Japan loves its fucking, like... Japan loves musicals. Japan loves musicals, and I love that. I love... One thing I adore about Japan is they love culture there. It is a country of people who really love culture and cultural institutions and, like, participating in art and culture. In a big bad way. I just think that's so cool. Okay, I need to do that again. Okay. You and me sitting pretty in the dark, lying on our back, wearing nothing but our scars, where the cool grass grows. There's an arc with a lot of musical numbers in One Piece coming up. All right, if you say so. I think the latest One Piece movie is musical. Hope that's not a spoiler. No, just saying that something is a musical is not a spoiler. That's fine. Oh, is that Red? Was Red the last one? One Piece Red was the last movie, right? Which I'm assuming is about Shanks? Is Luffy even in it? Is that just a Shanks movie? It might not even... It would be very funny if Shanks wasn't even in it. It's just called Red. But the red-haired pirate does not show up in it. Okay, so I need to make these things with the bops and the boops and the beeps and the bapes. And the bapes, chat, and the bapes. There's one. Shanks is involved, but still Strahd focus. Interesting. Is it canon or non? Are any of the movies actually canon? Is there a canon movie? Because I know the one I watched, Strong World, is not canon, right? Even though I really like that movie. I'm quite a big fan of... I am quite a big fan of Strong World. I thought that movie was great. One, two, three, four of these, okay. None of them are canon? No? Alright. The newest movies have canon elements. Shiki was a real character, though. I know Shiki was a character, but the movie didn't happen. Not showing up is Shanks' standard character quirk. He showed up at the end of Marineford. I'm assuming he's busy, right? Like, he's got shit going on. He's a busy boy. He can't always be around. He's an emperor. He's running a whole empire, I think. Right? Movie 6 is legitimately compelling. I want to watch them all. I want to eventually watch all the movies. There's also some filler arcs I do have to go back and watch, because I did skip them. But I do want to eventually be able to say that I have seen all of One Piece. I can't currently say that. I can't even currently say I've ever seen everything up until now, right? But I do eventually want to be able to be like, no, I've seen everything. Like, which way is this facing in this photo? It's facing this way, so that goes right here. Some of these are full pages to put on One Piece, which oh, One Piece. Right. Haha. Haha. Haha, chat. How do we feel about these Lego streams where you guys get to look at the top of my head a lot and where I'm like kind of like starting to bald in here? Like you can kind of see like my hair is thinning in there. And I just kind of am like, yoink. Hide that shit. I think I would be more concerned about the fact that like my hair is starting to thin out if I didn't like how I look bald. But I'm actually a pretty big fan of my bald head. So I feel very lucky in that. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, I'm not going to go to Turkey. At some point, chat, I will just be bald forever. I ain't doing any fucking surgery shit for this. As soon as my hair starts to look a way that I just don't like, it's just gone. I'm going full Bruce Willis. Will you post reactions to the movies? Most of them, yeah. Yeah, or not most. I think all of them, but yeah. No, yeah, and I've told Claris this. Like, there's going to be a point where, like, I'm not fighting it. I'm not going to try and have hair forever. When I feel like it's time to go, that shit's gone. What piece is this? What am I looking for? So it's like a boobaboo. Oh, there. It's this boobaboo. I found the boobaboo, chat. No need to go to the bald subreddit yet. Not yet. I shave my head so often though. Like I still owe a full Armstrong cosplay. So I'm gonna have to shave my head again later this year for my Armstrong cosplay from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And I should just say Full Metal Alchemist. He has the same look in the main show, right? Or the original show? What's the right term for that? I look at the chat, TBH. I look at the chat. That's fair. You're not even, like, looking at me. Also, the fact that you have great beard, the cub with the bald head is actually banger. I really like the bald with the beard. I agree with that. I'm a big fan. So I do... this is why I'm, like, not worried, right? Because it's like, oh, like, I'm going to be fine. Worst case scenario, I go bald, and I like the way I look bald. I don't have, like, a weird shaped head. Some people do. Some people can't go bald. Some people, like, and look, that's probably mean to say, but some of y'all, you can't do it. Neeks, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Happy birthday, Nerdy. Keep up with the great reactions. Can't wait till you get to the end of Dressrosa and future arcs. Me too. I'm so excited to get to the end of Dressrosa, y'all. I'm like beyond stoked. And it's not that I'm not having fun. It's good. Like I don't want that to sound like I'm like shitting on it. It's a good arc. I just am like we've been fighting for a long time, and I'm ready to get back to like the story stuff that I think Oda's so good at. You know what I mean? Oh no, that's not right. Oh no, it is right. Okay, we're good. I'm just excited to see some like story world building stuff again, because I love that stuff from Oda. Okay, so we're building the same thing on the other side. But thank you for that super chat. That is so kind of you. I really appreciate it. The pacing issues everyone was talking about, it's not so much pacing, like because it's, yeah, I mean it's weird, right? Because on the one hand, like I get why people call it pacing issues. On the other hand, it is all like interesting stuff. Other than the Bellamy stuff, which I think has just been absolutely ruined. I really don't like the way Bellamy's been handled. But I've heard that is a Toei thing, not an Oda thing. So I'm trying not to be too judgmental of Oda for it. But I think the Bellamy stuff sucks. I really do. I hate the way that part of the arc is going right now. It's so uninteresting. Every time we cut back, it's basically the same thing. And it just is doing literally nothing for me. In an arc where like other characters are just so much more interesting. It's the second longest arc. That's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy, chat. Crazy. Okay, I need this piece. That's what I'm looking for here. And then I need a little bit of this piece right here. And then we pop that down there. Gonna dry my key. I also never cared for the Bellamy stuff way too long in the anime. Yeah, it's going fucking nowhere. And I just want to be, like, I would honestly rather they just cut it. The giant toy soldiers were annoying. The giant toy soldiers were a little bit annoying, but that was fast. Like, I feel like that didn't last that long. Whoa, we're doing the bendy thing now. Okay, what are we doing? Okay, so I need a hook. And, this thing? Yeah, that thing. And then pop that into the bendy thing. How does that work? Let's go on the other side, maybe? Oh, yeah. Oh, sick. That's cool. And then I need a hook hand on the other. There we go. What the? Oh, and I do both these. Okay. Oh, that doesn't work. Oh, no, because it needs one of those as well. I understand. Jesus, this is a hard fucking piece to... What? What is happening? Oh, there we go. Those are finicky, Lego. That's a finicky little piece you got there. Yeah, Sugar probably should not have come back, if only for Usopp to shine, which they really... Well, yeah, but like the Sugar coming back leads to like one of the best episodes in Dressrosa, so I'm actually okay with that. Here's the thing. The toys, all of that shit, if you don't... end up... How much is that Lego One Piece? This one was 169 Canadian, I think. Lego's getting too expensive, y'all. Honestly, like, sometimes people are like, oh, like, do you buy a lot of Lego? And I'm like, I would if it wasn't fucking so expensive. The thing with, like, the Sugar coming back is that the payoff, that episode payoff is so good. You know what I mean? Like, the Usopp scaring her payoff is so good that in hindsight, I don't mind the narrative of her coming back and, like, the toy soldiers and stuff because it ends so well. If it didn't end so well, I would be I would not be a huge fan of, for that money, it's cheaper to print your own Legos. It is definitely not cheaper to build your own Legos. Building a Lego house is cheaper than a mortgage. Regular Lego is still cheapish. Yeah, but even regular Lego is starting to climb up in price. I get it, though. It's hard. Like, oh, I understand how this connects. That's fun. Okay, so this... Oh, cool. So this goes here. Pops onto the front of this. Oh, sick. And then comes around to where, though? Oh, to this thing. Oh, that's fun. That's a clever little... Look at that. That's clever. Well done, Lego. You make some cool shit. It's pricey. It's pricey, but for my birthday, it brings me joy. Sugar is 22. What is it with anime and drawing, like, children and then being like, oh, no, she's an adult? Is there any other art form in the world that pretends that people aren't children as often as anime does? I can't think of one. I've never seen any other media draw children and then be like, no. Actually, though, that's an adult. It's not that. It's just that a fruit is broken as fuck. I mean, look, I understand. I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm just saying that anime is the only medium in the world where that trope is common. Vampire movies. I mean, vampire movies... Ooh. That's interesting. That's interesting. Vampire movies. That is the one, isn't it? But vampire movies treat it like a horror, usually. They don't... Like, the one exception, I think, is... Deborah Ann Woll's character in True Blood. Not an exception, but the interesting one, because she's 17 and a virgin when she turns. And the show treats it like a horror that her hymen grows back every time she has sex. But she is aging, and she's like in like basically an adult body at 17. You know, that there's a whole conversation about that, but that is interesting. There's a whole show on how high schoolers turn back to a kid and solves crimes. That's very funny. Twilight. So the interesting thing about Twilight is Interview with the Vampire showed the horrors of an eternity in a child's body. Yeah, but the vampire thing usually treats it like horror, like it's a nightmare. Not like it's like okay to sexualize them because they're actually adults. Which is what a lot of anime does, where it's like, oh no, actually we can sexualize this person. She's in a child's body, but she's actually 40. You're like, well, I don't know that makes it better. I don't know about that. It's tough. Fairly Odd Parents, for example? Wait, when does the kids in Fairly Odd Parents are children? Good thing Sugar wasn't sexualized. That's true. No, and that is a good point. Sugar isn't sexualized, which is important. Sugar isn't, but Rebecca is. Timmy is 50? What the fuck are you talking about? Timmy's 12 years old. What do you mean Timmy is 50? Timmy made a wish to stop aging. Is that how the show ends? Hobbies keep you young, like grown-ass men building legs for the birthday. Give me 1 second. I need to blow my nose really quick. I'm gonna, like, go to my starting screen. Just give me 2 seconds. I just need to blow my nose. Sorry, I didn't want you guys to have to see or hear that. What are you guys talking about? So wait, so is this like how Fairly Odd Parents ends? Come nose blow. Nose fancy cannon. Yeah. I'm Mr. 5 all of a sudden. They race swapped him. They made him white again. Which a lot of people would have loved. There's a lot of people very upset. Strong blow. It's a big part of Fairly Odd Parents that Timmy made a secret wish to stop aging and be able to keep his fairies. Guys, I feel like I'm being trolled. What are you talking about? Is that in that, like, shitty live action show that Clarice and I reacted to a trailer of? There's a joke about treble somewhere here. Yeah, there's always a joke about treble. I fucking cannot wait for Treble to never be on the show. It's unfortunately legitimate. But is that like the final episode though? Like when does this get revealed? That he's 50 years old. This sounds like a weird fan theory. Are we sure this is real? Okay, now here's where the problem is. I don't have these pieces. I was worried about this. There are pieces that I need. And I don't know what happened to them. Which is bad. Because they weren't in the... I remember this. They weren't in the bag. And I don't know where I put them. SpongeBob is dead and in purgatory. He didn't create shit. Doffy was always Doffy. Treble just enabled him. Yeah, I agree with that. Doffy was always Doffy, but I think that Treble being the... Treble and Diamante seemed like they were the adults that kind of made Doffy growing up. Oh no, here it is. Okay, I did keep this nearby. I was worried that I didn't have this bag somewhere. Season 8. Oh, I did not get that far. So wait, Timmy is 50 for 3 seasons? All right. That's crazy. That's nuts. Okay, so this is this. And it pops in here. And then there. Oh, that's slick. That's actually really clean. The way that they did that. There's 10 seasons of Fairly Odd Parents? In the manga, only Miss Monday has a different skin color than the others? I don't know, man. I don't know. The way Oda draws skin colors is bizarre. And the fact that, like, Usopp keeps getting whiter is very weird to me. I'm like, was Oda inspired by Michael Jackson? Is it like a... Is this like a Michael Jackson thing? That Usopp keeps losing his melanin? Okay, how does this fucking work? I need, Yeah, literally everyone has the same skin tone in the official colorings. Yeah, and I don't get it. I don't know, man. Okay, so that goes there. This goes here. And then I need a little, like, divot thing. I need a little divot thing. There we go. I do like that right now the, like, front of the Mary... I know that the like, thing's gonna pop into this. Wait, what? Why isn't that going in? Why aren't you going in? The front of the Mary kind of looks like a, like, carnival ride that you could sit in. Happy birthday. Thank you, Grace. I really appreciate it. Your text sounds great. I'm not very good at English. I can only understand a little of what you're saying, but I had a good time. It's 2:30. Go to bed, Grace. Sleep well. Thank you so much for popping in so late at night in Japan. And I hope you have a wonderful night. Sleep well. Usopp sell his melatonin to Mihawk so he can paint his sword black. I think that Usopp actually is, like, intentionally getting rid of his melanin because he's worried if he's darker skinned, Zoro will eventually fight him. Eventually, Zoro is going to be like, wait a second. I don't need to go looking for the darkest skinned person in every arc. We have a darker skinned person on the ship. I can just fight Usopp. Oh, man. I do love, though, that the live action show is keeping the trend of being like, well, we got to make sure that Zoro has someone of darker skin to fight. Oh, that's why Usopp hasn't got power character growth. Zoro might consider him a threat, yeah. Usopp bleaching allegations. That's the real reason Zoro was so harsh about Usopp leaving the crew. Can you imagine if that was, like, the reveal at the end of One Piece, is that Zoro was just really racist all along? Thank God Brook doesn't have skin anymore. Oh, that's awful. That's so funny. Oh my God. Live action season 3, Mr. 1 versus Zoro Minority Hunter. Literally. Literally. The only, like, goodbye, no grace is Otsukare-sama deshita. And I know that doesn't really apply here, because it's more like, say, how we said goodbye at work. But to you, Otsukare-sama deshita. Good night. Oyasumi. What does Oyasumi mean? Okay, I have this. What's next? I'm currently building the, like, sheep head. Okay, I need that piece. I need the double down. And I need... So this piece slides into the double down. Like that. Oyasumi means good night. Okay. Zoro was hating on Afro Luffy. Otsukare-sama is more like thanks for the hard work. Yeah, the way that it was explained to me is that it, like, literally means, like, you look tired, you must have worked hard. Is the, like, literal translation, which I always found to be very funny. Oh, you look tired, you must have worked hard. Okay, so that's not right. That's right. Yes, okay. Zoro MAGA confirmed? Oh my God. Zoro's gonna love the ballroom, you guys. He's gonna fucking love the ballroom. Once I'm caught up, would you read the manga? Like, go back from the beginning, read the manga? I've actually thought about starting the manga. It's more just that, like, it's Zoro is Albertan. Oh, Noonie, that was good. That one was for me, and I appreciate that. Zorro being from Alberta would be very funny. Guys, no spoilers. Don't make Ildwam work. He's the only mod. Because I forgot that I didn't have mods on this channel, and that's my bad. What? How does that stick in? Oh, you need to put a piece in the middle. That's why. That's why. Not gonna lie, if the One Piece of Real Trouble would be mentioned a million times in the files. Oh, they all would be. Oh my god. They would be the Doflamingo files. Let's be very real about it. If the One Piece was real, they would be the Doflamingo files. Do you know what I mean? The problem is that, like, Garp would be the one, like, fucking defending it. Garp would be the reason the Doflamingo files didn't get released. And that's why I don't fuck with Garp. Well, actually, Dosi would not be in the files because he has his own island already. That's how you avoid being in the files. You just have your own files. You can't be in someone else's files if you're just in your own files. Jesus Christ. Garp would be that FBI dude that got fired? No, he wouldn't. Garp wouldn't get fired. Garp would absolutely be the one defending it. Garp would be like, we can't let the Garp would be fucking... Who was Biden's... Merrick Garland. Garp would be Merrick Garland. Fucking had the files for 4 years, didn't do shit about it because he was worried about political instability. He would be fucking Merrick Garland. I have more than 50 characters to type. This is too short. Hi, Hazel Moon. Thank you for joining the Maple Mask Pirates. I cannot wait to see the more than 50 characters to type. Garp is Patel chugging beers in the hockey locker room. That's actually fat. No. Yeah. No, Garp isn't... Is Garp an alcoholic? Yeah, probably. If they were in the Doflamingo files, somehow Trump would still be the most mentioned. That's very funny. Someone needs to, like, create the Doflamingo files, but then put Trump in them. Not me, though, because I really don't want to have legal problems in the States right now with my tax situation. Oh. Does this go on the center or on the edge? I think it's on the edge of glory, like that. Yeah, and then it goes like that. That's so cool. Wow, this came together so quickly without me even noticing that it was happening. Trump is a celestial dragon? Oh my god, don't tell him that. He'll be so proud of it. He'll name the ballroom the Celestial Dragon Ballroom. The ultimate troll would be for him to build that ballroom and then, like, call it Marie Joie. By the way, I want to thank you. I had a lung surgery last year, and your viewers can be entertained through it all. Dude, I'm so... I mean, I hope it went well since you're, like, you know, here chatting. But, like, congratulations on a good lung surgery, and I hope that you're fully recovered and feeling great about life. Of course, I'm so happy that my videos did anything for you. I think it's... Those are, like, the craziest messages to me when people are like, you like, got me through some shit. And I'm like, really? Like... I don't know. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Okay. This needs to go on here. These horn things go different directions. So I need... Okay. I need to swap this. Ah! That's fine. Or I missed something. No, I didn't realize the stickers went different directions. So, like, I need the horns to be curled the right way on the sheep's head. so that it looks like his horns curl the right way. And then we pop that on. Pop that on. And then, there we go. We pop that on. And then we pop that on. Oh my god. Trump is like a blonde Charlos. I don't know who that is. I probably know who that is, but... Trump even put out a picture of himself being celestial. The fact that that happened on the same week that the boys had Homelander be like, I am God now, was so wild. Oh, whatever. No one's watching season 5 anyway. We are. Look at that. We have the masthead of the Mary. Oh, we get Luffy now. Okay, we got a bite of gum gum. Yayo, yayo, yayo. Charles was punch. Oh, that one. Okay, yeah. I love how Nerdy has afraid to go political like this. I mean, I'm a little afraid. Not enough to not do it, but you know, a little bit. Like, I don't really know. We live in a weird time where I'm like, I don't know if there's some like app scanning every live and I'm on a database. But if I am on a database, I don't know what to do about that. So whatever. Whatever. What am I gonna do? Here's the thing. I'm like openly bi online. If people start, if they start rounding people up, I'm gonna be on that list. You know what I mean? I ain't safe. So might as well make jokes while the world burns. Let's make Luffy. It's fine. The economy's doing great. Who needs jet fuel anyway? Everyone is in the list already. Well, and that's the thing, right? Peter Thiel and fucking Palantir, like... They are, there's no way I'm not on some list somewhere. Oh my god, this bag had a lot in it. Where are Luffy's legs? You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs. Where are his legs? Did I not get legs for Luffy? No legs for Luffy. No legs for Luffy. No legs for Luffy today. There's no legs for Luffy. No legs for Luffy. His name is Luffy. He ain't got no legs. Well, that's, there. Luffy does have legs. We got him, boys. King of the Pirates. Him and his wanted poster, side by side. Lieutenant Dan. Eggs are cheap, gas is cheap. Where the fuck do you live? Hold on, I'll come gas up near you. Gas is fucking expensive as hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that's too long. I need a piece that is a little bit shorter than this one, but is similar in its... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. We found it. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. There we can stay forever. Together from now until forever. That's what it is. If Luffy lost one or both legs, he could simply permanently stretch his stubs to be new legs. Ooh, probably not, because they would like reflect, right? They would, or he would be holding them under tension all the time, and so they would rebound on him. He would be able to kind of like stretch Spider Monkey his way around the world, right? Oh my god, it's 1:45. Wow, I have really fucked this up, chat. 1, 2. I've really messed up. We were supposed to be done with the Mary right now. Which part are you building right now? I am building, I don't know, part 8. We're going to have to do another Finishing the Mary stream at some point. He still needs joints. He wouldn't have feet. Yeah, gas is more than 30% more expensive than before the lunatic and the Nobel Peace Prize wannabe decided to bomb Iran. Yeah. Yeah. My favorite thing is they're like, hey guys, we're going to get that Strait of Hormuz open. And I'm like, oh, you mean like it was a couple months ago? We're going to get that strait opened. It's going to be open like never opened before. We're going to open that strait like you've never seen a strait so open. We're going to fully open that strait. It's like, okay. I don't know if you know this, but it was open for most of my life. Okay. This is why I'm on the list, though, is because I just talk. And one day they're going to be like, you weren't a fan of President Trump. I'm like, what gave you that idea? And they're going to be like, well, we have this stream. You were building Lego. Making fun of his voice. It's the most open it's ever been. Before, like, no one thought possible. It's open like your mom. You know what? I think I would like Trump more if he made more your mom jokes. I think that's what's missing. It's the fact that he doesn't make enough your mom jokes that is what's off-putting about him to me. We're Canadians that don't want to be on the 51st state. We're already on the list. I am an American, though. That's the tough part, though, right? Is that because I'm a dual citizen, I'm in a weird zone of, like, the rules are just different for me in a way that I don't, not in a good way, in a way that I don't understand. They go out of their way to make sure that being a dual citizen is the most complicated fucking thing in the world. And the funniest part is because I cross the border, you know, I go to the States. Most of the people I love in this world live in the States. A lot of my closest friends. And so I go down there and to go see them and to go to cons and stuff. And I cross the border a lot and I talk with, like, you know, I talk with the border agents and they don't really know the rules, right? Like the whole dual citizen thing is so complicated and weird that, like, even when you're talking with them, they're like, I don't really know, like, and I'm like, yeah, me neither. I've only been a dual citizen my whole life. I don't get what the rules are. Okay, so this goes that way. What the fuck is this? What am I building right now? I have no idea. All of a sudden, it's like, you're gonna make some weird shit, bud. You're gonna make some weird shit, bud. Heard a joke about the war. Pete Hegseth suggested war with Iran after he thought he heard two admirals talking about thousands of barrels being shipped daily through the Strait of more booze. That's good. I mean, look, here's the thing. I would support the war if we were doing it for liquor. You kidding? We were stealing booze. Time to gather up the crew. We're off to steal Iran's booze. That would change things for me. The really horrible thing about the Iran situation is that while attacking Iran was a horrible idea and the wrong thing to do, Iran is hostile enough regardless. We are now fully committed anyway. Dude, I don't know, man. And that's the problem, right? Is that, like, look, the war is bad. It just is. It's not going well, and it just is bad. But on top of that, there just isn't a way out. And so, like, the whole world now is just fucking sitting around with our dicks in our hands, watching as the Americans and the Israelis just don't have a way out. And it's not like, you know, Europe's not gonna like attack the United States, you know what I mean, over it. Like that would be absurd. But at some point, the rest of the world is gonna be like, hey, like you fucked all of our economies without kind of considering us. And I just think I think the long-term consequences of the United States being... Did I do this wrong? No, I didn't. Of the United States being responsible for this is so like the like soft power implications of the United States, the negotiating power of the United States is so like harmed for so long that we essentially live in like a completely different global order financially from now on. But nobody knows what that new thing is yet, right? So we're all just sort of like waiting for someone to start to understand how the rules have changed. And I think the people that figure that out first are going to kind of run shit moving forward. I do think there's a non-zero chance that you know, the people who figure that out is China, right? And that we're all sort of waiting to see what China decides the new world order is going to be moving forward. And whether or not people are going to get on board with that. It's going to be like really... It's going to be really fascinating to see how Europe responds to what kind of amounts to economic aggression, right?
Do you need anything? Food, drink?
I'm probably going to need something. I'll probably make a coffee. When we switch the stream over, I'll let you start the stream, and then I'll make some coffee and take a break.
Sounds good. And
you can do like the first 10 minutes by yourself?
Good.
Or I'll do like the first 5 minutes and then I'll dip out for a minute. Yeah. But yeah, I think there's a lot of people who think that like things are just gonna be fine and normal, who are really misunderstanding the ways in which this is going to shift the power of like trade and political negotiating so far away from the United States because it has shown that the United States is not a reliable partner, right? And that changes the like world outlook for everybody. It just drives everything into a completely new world. And I don't know what the long-term consequences of that are. I don't want to find out. I would rather never know what the consequences of that are long-term, like culturally, and we're headed into just a completely new world in a way that feels like, as a millennial, it just keeps happening to us. Our generation's had to live through like every fucking change, but I say that, and it feels like it's happening to us, but it isn't, right? Like my parents would have said the same thing about fucking the wall coming down in Russia, right? Or Russia taking down the wall in the Eastern Germany. My great-grandparents would have said the same thing about World War II. Like, it always feels like it is happening to the generations living through it, because it is. But this shit happens. We've had world-changing events happen to every generation, and humanity keeps kicking. We're still doing shit. What the next shit is that we're doing, I don't know. And yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens. Be Cool says the power was already shifting a lot. Trump just sped it up. China is the biggest partner of most African and Asian nations. Yeah, Be Cool, but at the same time, you know, China has made some really poor decisions in terms of the construction projects that it's done particularly in Africa, and has like really pissed people off, right? Like that dam that's just fucking falling apart. And it's like, well, China, you made this. Like, this is your fault. You promised us a great fucking dam, and this shit is breaking. Like, and I think that like China is also kind of dealing with the consequences of some of its partnerships, and it is now pulling back because of the mistakes that it has sort of made in different countries around the world And it's just, yeah, it is fascinating. It feels like it's all happening to us, but everything is always happening to everybody. And that is the story of history, right? Is that like, this is the next chapter, and we just all have to, acknowledge that, like, instead, I think sometimes as millennials, we get so hung up on this is happening to us, and like, why does my generation keep living through these things? When in reality, like, every generation has lived through everything, and we're going to be okay. What the fuck am I building? What part of the ship is this? Oh, this is going to go here. I understand. I was so confused. I was like, what the fuck am I building right now? But yeah, it's always happening to everyone. And we're gonna be okay. I believe that we're gonna be okay. It's just gonna be a different kind of okay, and we just need to like we need to keep being kind, and we need to focus on building community, on showing up for the people we care about, and not losing hope, right? Not becoming overly nihilistic, not allowing ourselves, and I lean into this. I'm a pretty nihilistic person, but we need to not allow ourselves to be black-pilled into believing that there is no hope and that there's no point. And I do worry about Gen Z, and I do worry about like the way in which I think Gen Z and by proxy Gen Alpha are starting to feel like they genuinely think there's no point. And I don't agree with that. And I do think that mentality long-term is worse for society than believing that there is always going to be a future for the people who are willing to build together. You know what I mean? I do believe that there's always going to be something for the humans that are willing to look at the Project Artemis job and be like, that's what humanity should be doing. We should be accomplishing. We should be building and growing and accomplishing together. And I have to believe that, or else what is the point, right? Hope is self-reinforcing. I agree. I agree 100%. Hope is self-reinforcing. And like, you know, I have a lot of reasons to have hope, because I think that like I travel a lot. I go to all these cons, I meet all these people, and what consistently I am shown is that people are generally good. If you get in a room with people, they are generally good. And we just have to do a better job of bringing that goodness with us everywhere. You know what I mean? Especially online. No, I'm never, if that thing is gone, I'm never going to find it. It's so small. Fuck. Oh! Thank God. We just got to be on a team. We got to be on the same team. That's what I learned from One Piece, though, right? Like that's why shows like One Piece are so important to me for society. It's art about how it's about being on the same team and about goodness and positivity and community, and that's why we're on the cruise. You know what I mean? It's fun. And it's ridiculous, and it is hype, and it is fun to argue power systems and all those things. But we're on the cruise because it's about being in community with people, being kind, and building for the future better than the past. Believing that humanity, by striving for freedom, by striving for goodness, can build a better world out of the one that our parents have left us. And that's why I watch this show 6 episodes a week, right? And yes, like I make money off it, and I don't want to pretend that not is a 0% of it. But the reality is I don't feel alone because of the show. Even when shit's hard. I don't feel alone. And I love that. I really love that. And I am a nihilist, but I do think this show makes me think that we can be and do better. And so I'm sitting here on my birthday building Lego. because it's what I want to be doing. Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. I cannot get that song out of my head from TikTok. They're like, hell yeah. Shit yeah. Fuck yeah, brother. It's all about casting all the hottest people for the live action. I just want to be thirsty for everyone in One Piece. Oh my god. I was hoping to, like, put this on, and then we could call the stream when this is on the ship.
You can call the stream whenever.
Well, no. No, baby. What? Is that a present? I thought we were doing that on Sunday.
Do you want it on Sunday?
I don't know. It's up to you. Wait, what the fuck?
Today is your birthday.
Did I fuck up? I might have fucked up. Pop. Well, no, the people on the Nerdy Nightly will be waiting for us.
Mm-hmm.
We need champagne.
Oh, yeah. You can go take a break and go get that.
Okay. So I wanted to end on hope because we got a little political there. We are gonna pop over to the Nerdy Nightly. So if you'd like to continue with the birthday festivities, come join us on the other channel. The stream's gonna go down for like a minute, and then we're gonna pop back up. Thank you all for joining me. This is where we're at with Going Merry right now. It is gonna be a 3 stream. I'll schedule another stream with less of a break than between the last stream and this one. We are going to finish this. I'm going to clean this up, and we're going to start the stream over on Nerdy Nightly. We're going to do our 100,000 celebration, and then at 5 p.m. Eastern, we're going to start, we're going to move over to the roleplay relay, and I'm going to play Magic until I get too tired to keep playing. We're going to draft Secrets of Strixhaven all night. If this is all you're watching today, thank you so much for joining me for my birthday. Do something nerdy tonight, and we will see you in like 2 minutes. Bye. Thank you, mods. Mostly Ildrum, and by mostly I mean only Ildrum. Thank you.